Well, hello everyone. This is Whitney, and we're at 10-minute tours with Microschool's network. And so today we're going to be learning a little bit about SailAway Learning Microschool, which is based in Knoxville, Tennessee, in the USA. And we've got Dr. Brenda Murphy here with some of her students, and we're very excited to learn more about it. Dr. Brenda, would you mind telling us a little bit about your school and who you're serving and kind of why you started the program?
Okay. Thank you, Whitney. Yes, SailAway is actually a microschool pioneer. We've been a microschool for over 25 years.
Wow.
I know, I know. When you first started the microschool, your program there, I thought, well, I should really let you know we've been doing this. So we have been through many iterations over that more than 25 years, and it has been a great journey. And I think that it became just something that came about on its own. It just came about naturally. I was a homeschool mom with five sons and with a very keen interest in literacy and learning to read more efficiently, and became a reading specialist. Worked a lot with homeschool parents at that point, just sort of tutoring. And then people said, well, my goodness, you have a school right there with your own students. Can my kid come and join yours? And so over time that happened. And actually, people have moved from various places around the country to come to Sail Away because we have a very unique program. We've always been very student focused. Our programs do not look the same year after year because our students are not necessarily the same year after year. But we fit our programs to the students, not trying to fit students to the program, which we have found over these many years has been very effective. It's been a lot of joy to see kids that came to us very capable, but certainly not achieving in any way, shape, or form, and to work with us over sometimes just a short period of time to get them prepared to go back to a more traditional environment or to graduate with us, go on to college or trade school or start their own businesses and have become very successful. So that has been a very exciting thing for us to see. So we're very much pioneers in this field, working in different ways. And of course, with my doctoral work, I'm an educational psychologist, not an, I am an educator, but I'm really an educational psychologist, which means I bring a different perspective to the learning environment. And that's something that we've been pioneering for a number of years. We also have a very large homeschool population, not only here in Tennessee, but we have homeschool families from around the country and around the world who want to partner with us. Sometimes it's just simply to make sure that they have good record keeping or they need advice and consulting. We have a licensed school psychologist that we've worked with for during that whole time that does psychoeducational assessments, very much like you do in schools, or it's a counseling psychologist would do. So that helps us a great deal, and people come from all over for that. And we work with a lot of homeschool parents as well to help them navigate that role. And sometimes those homeschool parents will participate in our microschool. And over the years, we have been also what you now call a hybrid homeschool. We used to
Yep.
do that kind of a program. We called it something different back then. Actually, we called ourselves a tiny school, tiny house movement. A
Yes.
friend of
Yeah.
mine, a friend of mine looked at Ed Week and found, oh, there are a few of these somewhere else. They call them microschools. I think you should just call them microschools. So we started calling them microschools. And we do, being in the community for this long, we have forged partnerships with our local community college. At one time, we worked with them to provide ACT prep classes
Hmm.
for a very broad area, a very regional area. And we also have done partnerships with the local LEAs where there were students who needed something different than their school system could provide. And we've worked in great, I love working in partnerships with the local LEA, the public school, to provide just what individual students need. And I think that that's a role that microschools can increasingly provide. And it takes the development of trust and communications to develop that, but it has been a real fine opportunity for a number of students to do that as well. And talking about some of our students, here are some of our micro school students behind me. The last couple of years, we've had more high school students, although in years past, you could walk in and it would be only kindergarten, first and second grade. So it's
Okay.
whoever the Lord brings to us. We are prepared to work with whoever the Lord brings to us. And back there is Sophie.
Hi,
Sophie, you want
Sophie.
to? Hi, and this is Lachlan.
Hi,
And one
Lachlan.
of the really exciting things about Lachlan is he is an exceptional bowler. And because of different things that are available now here in Tennessee, he's bowling for a high school team. And he's going to leave shortly for a bowling match where he bowls. You can see his shirt that he has on.
I can
It's
see
for,
that.
yeah, that's his uniform for
So,
when he
Lachlan,
goes
what are
to the
you
bowling.
averaging?
180 or more usually.
Oh, you're being modest. He said he bowled 200 the other day, and he said he had a sort of mediocre day. So he's the leader on the team. I mean, I'm going to make him blush, but they actually kind of recruited him to come, knowing what
Bravo.
a great,
That's so
yeah,
great to hear.
yeah. Can I brag on you a little
I
bit?
guess.
Yeah, and he also has a couple of YouTube channels where he's already earning money.
Okay, good for you. Look at, we got
Yeah,
entrepreneur, professional bowler, and how old are you?
yeah.
15?
It's
Almost 50.
almost 15. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Carter is back over
Hi,
here.
Carter.
Carter is a senior this year and excited about all that he's doing as well. So I'm gonna be quiet because I'd like for you three, if you don't mind, to tell the people out there what's been special about being here at SailAway for you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear
Whoever
about
wants
your
to go first.
experiences and how it compares.
Okay, Sophie wants to go first.
So the thing I like about the micro school is I like to listen to music to concentrate, and Brenda will let me listen to music throughout the day, and that really helps me concentrate.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good research that supports that. And go ahead.
Absolutely. No, I was going to say absolutely. And sometimes it's like small things that make the biggest thing for students in their environment, whether it's having the flexibility to listen to music or have a snack when they want to, or it's really silly things sometimes, which you don't think are important, but they do. They make a big difference. They make a big difference in the learning environment for developing
Yeah,
trust and feeling safe and secure.
yeah, yeah. A number. We still have the little chair. There's a little chair that's very little, but it spins very easily. And we once had a student that was where she wanted to sit because sometimes she could kind of hit a wall and then she would spin for a minute or two, and she could get back on track.
That's right. Just need a little distraction, need a little
Yeah,
fun, little
little
spin.
thing. Okay, who wants to go next? Okay.
Or- You go. Okay. Another thing I like is about the timing. We start at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I don't have to get up and go all the way and hurry up. That way I can be fresh and aware and already awake.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I mean, there's studies that say teenagers' brains aren't even awake until 9 a.m. So why are we starting school at 7:30 across the world? So silly.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and we're ready to learn, and yeah, it makes much better sense. Okay, Carter.
Um, I learn 100% better here than I ever did in any public school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Carter had quite a history in public schools and came here and has done just amazingly well. Yeah, there's some stories to be told on that one, but it is wonderful that he's here and he takes huge responsibilities around here and helps me enormously. So yeah, I've got a great student body and it changes from year to year. So
I love
yeah,
that. I really love that that's the ethos of your school is that, your everything is based on the students versus based on your school and the school that you're running. So it kind of
yes,
changes. And I love all the things that you're doing within the community and the iterations of school that you've run and the support that you're providing. That's fantastic. So,
Thank you.
I mean, you're more or less open to K to 12 students. Is that correct? It just
Yes,
kind of depends
yes,
on
we
who.
are.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yes, and we've done, I call them creative educational options, CEOs. It's whatever that child does, how can we meet that child's need? And sometimes it's been where they just needed one-on-one
Hmm.
and they were able to get that. One of the things that we do focus on as much as anything is that it's our priority to teach our students to be critical thinkers from a macro view, not necessarily if I'm engaging with something in a book, can I think critically about that? Yeah, that's important. But we really focus on teaching our students and encouraging them how to apply across the broad spectrum of all of life. How do we think critically? How do we encourage our brains to understand things that maybe they don't right away? And to engage in all kinds of learning and activities so that when they leave SailAway, they're capable of handling whatever their next step is, whether it's going into a trade school for an apprenticeship or going to college or just continuing an entrepreneurial journey. So I think that's foundational, looking at the macro view of what education is all about.
I think we need it more than ever. I think it's maybe the most important thing, especially as we get through AI and now we're having to discern what's real and what's not, fact and fiction. I mean,
Oh, yes.
discerning and having critical thinking in all aspects of life is it's such an important skill. And I think
Oh,
it's something that
absolutely.
we need more and more to be cultivated. So that's really great to
Yeah.
hear.
That's a huge purpose behind our school.
And so is your school, you have a separate physical entity? Is it located within a church space or has it
This
changed over the years?
it has changed over the years. It started out in the lower level of my home.
Hmm.
Um, and we started spilling out into all of my home and we said can't work, and so we purchased this facility. This is a building. It's about uh probably about 3,000 square feet. We're
Oh,
in
it's a
like one
good
of the
size.
large classrooms, and we have another floor above us. We have office spaces for all of our different various aspects, and we have rooms that we feel are focused on flexibility. Whatever it is that we need to do, that we will do that. So we've had our own space here since 2003. That was
Oh,
when we
that's
moved into this building.
great.
Yes, yeah, yes. And but we like to go out and do our field trips too and learn outside. We're located right off of an interstate exit. Actually, we're in a smaller community west of Knoxville called Kingston,
Hmm.
Tennessee, but we back up to the interstate. So we're in sort of a residential neighborhood where we're able to walk around. We do a lot of outside when it's sunny and warm enough. We go outside and do things outside and explore our small community and occasionally walk to some of the local restaurants. We haven't done much of that this year, but we've done that a lot in the past and just maybe go sit there and do some of our learning in a different atmosphere. So
I
yeah.
think it's one of my favorite things about microschools is really shifting our mentality that, learning doesn't have to happen in your idea of what school was or is.
Yes.
Learning happens everywhere. As adults, I'm constantly learning in the car, doing this.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
so
And we also focus on literacy. I think I mentioned when I first started this whole venture was because I had um a real desire to help kids learn to read better and understand better because I personally struggled to learn to read. And as I was teaching my own children, I found that happened. And that has been also something really important because we are still struggling with children's literacy, as you
absolutely.
well know. And you know the national education that has
The
remained flat.
NAEP, I
The
saw.
NAIA, the school report card,
Yeah, I
the
saw that
nation's report
recently.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it has not gone anywhere. There's some real reasons for that. And so here at SailAway, we develop approaches to solving that problem. And I think we've helped some in that regard, wouldn't you all say? Yeah, these are great proofs of that work that we do. So we're here
Yeah,
doing
it's very
what
surprising. I
we call.
used to do a lot of volunteer work for decoding dyslexia and the kind of functional illiteracy that's happening all across, well, I mean the US and the greater world, but especially in the US, it's such a shame, to see
Oh,
such,
indeed.
such great resources and yeah, still a lot of challenges with reading.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my. You don't want to get me started on that. We could talk for an hour about that because there
Well,
really are. There's significant research that says that if that we do know what to do. Honestly, as a researcher, I've discovered we do know what to do. We just have never had the willpower to do that. That 99.8% of all students should be able to read at grade level by the second grade, regardless of what disability. And you probably discovered that as well.
hmm
And
hmm
it's just a matter
The
of
right
will.
interventions, the right way of going about things. Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've got a lot. And I think microschools are a huge contributor to helping that happen.
I agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you. And I was going to ask you one more question. I know that you guys probably have a busy day ahead of you, going out and learning and getting through everything. So, how many students do you usually serve in a given year? I know there's a big variation.
Right. Well, the facility, the most that we can handle here is 20.
Mm-hmm,
We've had that many, and we've gone down to one.
mm-hmm,
So it's whatever the need is, that's what we serve. We typically average brick and mortar, like our scholars here today. Um, Usually around 5 to 6, sometimes 10 or more. I love this group of the three of us. The three students, there's three scholars. However, in our homeschool department, we serve around 500 or more.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and then we'll have occasionally some that are just there that we serve as, where we are doing the assessments. Just a small number that some of them come from all over though. We've had them from all across the country that come and we do those assessments so that I work with the parents to train them to understand a sail away approach to learning.
Mm-hmm.
So I work with them and then send them back to wherever they live to work with their own children and get them through.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's such a resource for families.
Yes.
And
Well,
so
we're
if
here.
they wanted to find out more, they should visit your website. Is this where you
Yes.
take most of your inquiries and things like that?
Usually we do not, we have done very little marketing. It's sometimes hard to find us and hard to contact us. We're often busy with our kids, but it's our web address is sailawaylearning.com. And we do have a phone number, and if people leave messages, we do call back. And that number is 865-376-7005. And my extension is 3. And I typically call people back within a day or two when they call me. So I would love to talk with anybody about what we do here, if they're interested in joining us, if they're interested. We've had families, most of Sophie and Lachlan do not live in this county. They drive quite a distance every day. Carter, well, sometimes he lives in this county and sometimes he lives in a neighboring county. So we've had people that drive quite a distance to come to Sail Away. So we're open and welcome anyone who's interested.
Oh, well, that's great news. It's part of the reason we wanted to have this series is because microschool owners, they're doing the work with the students typically, and they're also not running on huge marketing budgets. So we just wanted to
Oh,
provide a space
right.
for people to be found and to learn about all the different great models of the work that you
Yeah.
guys are doing within the communities and serving all kinds of learners. So it's been a great
Yes.
pleasure, Dr. Murphy and Sophie and Lachlan and Carter. Thank you so much for your time today. I wish you all the best. I'll put some info into the YouTube link and thanks again for your time.
I mean, you're so welcome, Whitney. We sure enjoyed being here with you, didn't we, guys? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful, blessed day.
You too. Kind of more and more. Oops.
It has a